Hello! Welcome to a fantastic edition of the show. So I want to talk about something that I did yesterday that I'm super excited about and super disappointed at myself at the same time. Yes, that can happen in the same thing. So I've been going to my local American Marketing Association meetings, thanks to Lauren Smith, who has encouraged me to go to these things. I'm going to I will be doing some speaking gigs with them throughout the year, obviously promoting Anomaly and just getting my message out and helping people in the Just Say movement and whatnot. So yesterday there was, and by the way, quick hack: if you want to be seen and if you want to make a difference, if you want people to know who you are, there's two ways to do it. I think there's probably the really good way, and then there's like maybe not a crazy strategy either. Get there super early, right? So the event started at 11:30. I was there at like 11:20. That means the organizer will not be super stressed likely. The calm before the storm. You can say hello to them, so get to the meeting early, or show up late so that people see you. A few weeks ago, I was late, not intentionally to a meeting, just because this other one that I had ran late. And someone was like, "Who is this guy walking in shorts and a black t-shirt?" And people were like, "Oh, that's like Zack Miller." So sometimes it works both ways. But those are just simple ways, quick little Zack hacks in there to stand out a little bit. So yesterday it was the authors of the goldfish movement, the colored goldfish movement. So all of them have been written by Stan Phelps, but then also he has a co-author on one of those, Evan Carroll. And so it was kicked off by Stan Phelps and then Evan Carroll. They both gave pretty good talks on ways to improve your business, marketing, etc. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being there. I got to sit at the head table because I'm super awesome and cool. I don't know why I got to sit at the head table. I think I was just because I was there early. But anyway, I was paying attention. Like I always tell you guys, make sure to always be engaged in the conversations that you're having or the conversations of where you get to spend your time, because I think it's super important for you to not just show up, but then to engage. It's like the actual real world social media. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening, I'm engaging. Not everyone participating the same way, but I tried answering every question that I could. I didn't always answer them correctly. I think some people got mad at me for that. Whatever, I was just engaging to engage. And so afterwards, I went up to both. I done some, networking with others as it ended. And as I walked out, I wanted to talk to the two speakers who were sitting at a table or standing at a table. And so I talked to Stan and to Evan, and they did a tremendous job, and it was super nice to meet them. They're from Raleigh, but they were winding down a 29 or 30-day book tour road trip. They went all the way, I guess, as east. I don't know how east, but from the East Coast as far west to San Antonio, 29 days. I think they said 5,500 miles. They'd done it before. It had been 10,000 miles before. Or Stan and one of his other co-authors. He has several co-authors as well. Evan just happened to be one of them. So they both give their talks. They're both great. Take notes, mental notes, engage, a lot of fun. Then afterwards I go and have a conversation with them. I ask them, since I'm about to have my book come out, what are some best practices? That's something that, when you've never necessarily done something before, I think you should always ask other people who've done it before just to get a basis, a gauge of what to expect. And they give me some tremendous feedback there. I'll be so forever grateful for that. They're wrapping up. They're selling books at the same time. They are wrapping up their tours. They want to get home. And I'm just having conversations with them. And as they're packing up, number one, I should have asked them if they needed help to pack up. That was probably the biggest, one of the bigger mistakes. But I'm just in this engaged conversation. And I was enjoying it. So I was, I think they have 6 or 7 books out. And so I was engaged in the conversation. Then as I'm walking out and getting in my car and I'm driving down the highway, I realized that I just picked their brains. And I had all intention to do this, by the way. Not pick their brains. I had all intention to pick up some books. But I didn't. And so here I am, an author myself, and I'm talking to other authors about their journey in author world. And what's the most important thing to author world? Buying the books probably. And what do? I don't buy their books. What is the matter with me? So I'm driving down the road. I'm like, I really messed this up. So I did one thing that I think was really important, which was actually go and talk to the people. All too often people forget to do that. Oh, no, I didn't do it. I was just there. Well, why didn't you meet the person that you wanted to meet? Well, I did in this case. I met them. But then I could have gone a step further and made sure that I just helped them. So they were helping me. I could have helped them by buying some books. And so I'm like, what am I going to do? So then I get home, and literally the first thing I do is I email Stan and Evan. I got their cards, got their business cards, their emails. Actually, I think this is pretty cool, actually. Purple goldfish. What? It's got this, it's pretty cool, actually. That's his, business card. So, then that's me. Boom. So it's just this is a small little book. I guess it's a synopsis of the book. I haven't read it yet. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Probably will. But it's like a perforated little card that could be I suppose, a business card, but it's got all his contact information. Actually, another topic that I'll talk about right now is my name tag. I think I'm going to change off of the Hatch thing to say author of Anomaly. I'm pretty sure I'm going to start doing that, starting at all the events that I go to now, just because I want to talk about that as well. Apparently I'm having a nice hair day. I appreciate that. So, I am like, what am I going to do? So I'm like, okay, I gotta email them. So I start to email them. Subject line, I am a moron. It's literally what my subject line was. Thought it was pretty clever. And I basically said, I'm going to recap. Evan and Stan, I really appreciated the time talking with you afterwards. It was probably 15 to 20 minutes, to be honest. Really enjoyed it. You guys are great. Thanks for coming up. Safe travels. Also, I'm a moron. I forgot to buy your books. I'd love to buy the entire series. And by the way, when you buy directly, I believe this is true. When you buy directly from the author, they make a little bit more money than through the publisher. I think that's true. Pretty sure that's true. So I wanted to buy through them. So that's why I didn't just go on Amazon and buy it, because I was like, well, I probably should try to make sure that they get the big, a couple more bucks than not. And so I basically said, is there any way that you could send me the bundle? And so I was like, okay, I feel relieved now that I at least did that, because that was the easiest thing to do. And who knows if I need a favor from them in the future. They just gave me something. I have not given them anything in return other than saying, oh, I really liked your talk. I could have bought the entire series. And I think it was even discounted. So, so the thing is if you're asking for help from people and you can give them something in return, like buying their book, maybe you should buy their book. Maybe you should buy their services. And so I'm glad that I've recovered from that. Stan emailed me last night, said he's going to be able to do it. So that's great. I feel a lot better than that. Because I felt like a donkey on the whole way home. I'm like, I really messed that up. I had a great conversation. I did everything I was supposed to do. And then here I am with an opportunity to help them, and I don't do it. And all I can think about is how, they're probably talking about me on the way home I can't believe that guy picked our brain and didn't even buy our books. I don't know that they did that. They probably didn't. But that's the self-doubt that people have in themselves. And so if you have a couple bucks to spend and someone else is helping you, maybe you should spend that money to help them a little bit. That whole reciprocation piece. So I'm going to get the whole series. When I get it, I'm going to add it to the bookshelf. And I'll hold it up there. I'll read them. I learned a lot about them. Super appreciative of them. But when you go to events and you meet someone, so let's think about the moral of the story. Show up to events. Engage in events. Meet the people. Meet the organizer. Meet everyone involved. Meet the speaker. Physically go up and introduce yourself. Have great conversations with them. And then if they're selling something that you can afford, buy it. Step 7, 6, whatever. Engage with them afterwards. Follow up with them. Send them a note. Whatever. Say hello. Promise you it'll be good. So stay tuned with how this one goes. I don't know what I'm going to ask from them. Probably nothing right now. But I just feel good that I was able to return the favor, where at one point, this time yesterday, basically, I was like, oh, this is really, I feel like a donkey, but I don't anymore. Because I think I made it better. So the moral of the story, like I said, if you show up, create relationships, and are asking for something from someone else, and they're selling something, and you're right there, you probably should pick it up. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have wonderful weekends. Talk to y'all soon. Deuces.